Hello! Oh, it works. Okay. Had to turn on phantom power. Okay. Hopefully it works okay. Hopefully it's not like too loud or something. Saying hello for a moment. You know, I usually don't say hello, but I just felt like it, so. How y'all doing out there? How's it going? I mean, nobody wants to talk, you know, that's okay. I just, figured I'd say hello, after all. That looks like a very comparable position to sit in, so I'm not going to do that. Yeah, okay. JC Matthew? I recognize that name, I think. Well, it's good to know that I've got my original followers here, most of them. It's nice. Just, thought I'd say hello. I'm going to release a new song this week. Should be very good. Be very excited for it. It should be a popular tune. First one with vocals, and that's all I'll say. They're not mine, so you don't have to worry about that. But yeah, the first one is first song with vocals is coming out, and it's going to be great. The interesting part is that it was co-written, so it's not exactly all mine. And the person that wrote the lyrics and then composed the music with me, she also did vocals and she plays piano on it. And it's a great song. So she will have a Bandcamp page, and when it's up, believe me, you'll want to buy it. Trust me. It's a fantastic song, and it will be on her Bandcamp, and then it'll be on my album later. But I'm going to ask you nicely that if you like it, you go pay $1 or $5 or whatever you want for it, because she's going to school and she's really smart, and she's a good kid. She's a good kid. She needs support. So, Anyways, just throwing that out there. It'll be there. I'll probably put it on my YouTube or, I don't know what I'll do with it yet. I don't want people snatching it, because I think people are going to snatch it if I put it up and I don't have all the, stuff set for it yet to copyright it. We got to put it through the company, and, it's funny. When I play American Dreamer on this channel, RSBN actually, it automatically throws a copyright strike on me for my own song. So I think it's funny, but we have to, make sure that all of that's put together. But let's see here. The 2020, I got plenty of time for that one. This one in particular this will be my best one yet. Usually you like to think that for the other ones, but the third one was kind of rushed because, I'd been working so much that I hadn't been able to put stuff together. So even though there's good tunes on there, I had to put stuff together real quick. So with this one, I've had a lot of time, and I've done nothing since April, which is when it came out, or maybe March, but put together ideas, and then I've got them, I've had them all here. I record them, and then I save them, and I play them back over and over when I drive, and I compose most of the stuff in my head. So I've got, I think, 8 songs, maybe 10 if I can pull it off, and I'm looking for at least 4 that have vocals in them. So we'll see what happens. It's all about technology and back and forth, whatever. It's not fun to do that. Believe me, it's a pain. It's a pain in the ass. I'll just be honest with you. It sucks, but that's kind of the news with the music. So I know there's a couple people out there that are kind of like cool, and some don't really care, and that's cool. But it'll be there, But yeah, the reason why I don't play a lot of my own tracks is because of the copyright thing, and also because don't you get tired of hearing the same songs? I know I do, I know I do. They get annoying to me sometimes. I love them, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to be negative Nancy, but, they get, they just, after a while, it's like, I got to play something new. So I got to get these done. I've been doing these streams because I've been trying to play stuff, and then I go back and listen to it, and then I find motivation in them, I try to find some ideas there and kind of go with it. If you notice, I've been playing the Strat a little bit more with the whammy bar because I got it set up. I actually set it up the way I wanted it. So I've been playing it, and that's kind of my style, is to use the bar. You can see Jeff Beck on there. I took a little bit from him, and Scott Henderson, and what's his face? Oh no, I'm gonna feel terrible if I don't think of his name. Oh, God, what is his name? I can't. Okay, hold on. I can't say that I'm taking from somebody if I don't announce who they are. The name is on the tip of my tongue. Hold on. I have to. What is his name? It's going to drive me nuts if I don't. Hold on. Sorry that I have to do this, but I wouldn't feel right taking away from this guy because he's very important, but unfortunately I just haven't listened to him in a long time, so I can't think of his name. Oh God, what's his name? It's on the tip of, like, I can hear it right here, but I can't say it because it's kind of a different name. God, he's such a good player. What the hell is his name? It's Beck and Scott Henderson, and then this other guy who I just love, and I can't think of his name. I know he's on the Fender channel, so I'll find that real quick. I keep thinking Scott, but I know it's not Scott. Like, that's stupid. It's okay, this will help me. Yes, this will help me. Perfect. I know where I'm at now. Like, I could look up, like, 80s whammy bar players, but that's probably not going to find me anything, so. Anyways, nobody's going to know who it is anyways. I'm going to be, like, the only one that's going to know this guy, unless there's, some really out there musicians here that remember, like, 80s guys that completely turned into whammy bar players. But it drives me nuts to not give proper credit when it's due. Hold on, I'm almost there. Oh, I know exactly. Ha! I know how to find him. Come on, come on, come on. I know his name's going to pop up. It's going to drive me nuts. So funny, YouTube's search engine is so much better than it used to be in terms of music stuff. Like, it's so easy to find things. You can type, like, jerk with a whammy bar, and then you'll find something. You know what I mean? So, I cannot believe I can't find it now, though. Like, I spoke too soon, dude. What's going on with that? Shit. It makes me really mad, honestly, that I can't think of this guy. Oh, Firkins. Michael Lee Firkins. Ha! I remembered it. Okay. So Jeff Beck, Scott Henderson, and Michael Lee Firkins. Look up Michael Lee Firkins. He's a fantastic player. He came out of the 80s, and a lot of his videos actually were really kind of inspiring to me. But he also plays slide really well, too. He's like this mishmash of, like, he's what, actually, to be honest, he's more or less what I want to sound like when I play normally, or, like, adapt from him. So, yes, Brad Gillis is a great player, too. The only difference is that when I talk about, like, whammy bar player, I'm talking more about, it's more of like an extension of themselves as opposed to, I'm going to crank this a little bit too. What I mean is that it's more like it's an extension of them than just, you know what I mean? Beck uses it pretty exclusively, and so does Scott. And Firkins, I mean, he doesn't need it, but at the same time, it really helps him. So, yeah, Michael Lee Firkins is great. Look him up. There was one video I was looking for in particular, like, the kickoff event from 2009. That's what it was. Okay. He plays one of his tunes, and then he does a version of Voodoo Child and, like, half step down, drop D, and he plays slide, and it's phenomenal. So, anyways, boy, that was a lot of nonsense, wasn't it? So, yes, I've been playing with the whammy bar more because I play the Strat more. I really like the way that one feels. And, I'm not really the blah guy, so I make up for it kind of with the whammy. As internet people joke about how Kirk Hammett from Metallica drowns his solos in wah, I drown mine with flailing the bar aimlessly. So that's about all I got for you. New stuff is going on with the music. I'm gonna make a prediction right now that the album will be done by the end of February. I'm gonna, I think that's a very reasonable time. I'm working on it at least 3 days a week. Even in smaller increments, I'm still working on it. So that's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say end of February. Because I want it to be right, I've talked about it before if you ever listened to me on streams, is that I absolutely hate the drums. I despise the drums. They're the worst part. They have to be perfect, and they're never perfect, so it's always annoying. And when I do the keys stuff, like I'm going to have other professional keys players, friends of mine that are going to contribute, and then getting singers, like just singers, as Jeff Beck says, God, I hate singers. They're hard to work with, when you set everything just right, then they record it and like the wavelengths are this tall when they should be this big, and I master and mix it myself, so it's like, my Ibanez in yet? Did I get it in? I don't know what that means. I have it. I have 2 of them. I have the 7-string and the black one that you usually see. The 7-string doesn't really come around that often, but I'd still use it. As Heard on Pride, which is a great tune. So, Josh, what are you talking? What? Where are you leaving? You leaving already? All right. Look like, what did you say? Someone is recording tunes, recording tracks. Yes, I really do. I get annoyed with everything. I get annoyed with tracks. I got annoyed with the one I'm working on, but that's because it's my own fault. Because I'm doing something very different on this one as opposed to what I normally do. But, well, Cliff is a bass player, and Cliff did not need to drown his sound. He was legit. Kirk's, what he does is fine. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not. I'm okay with Metallica, and I'm okay with Megadeth and Mustaine. I think Mustaine's solos are way more diverse, and there's just more personality to them than with Kirk's. Kirk's just after a while, his sense of tonality is just like, it's horrible when he bends and stuff like that. I'm just not a big fan of that. So, oh yeah, that one. Okay, that's right. Yeah, I haven't gotten it down here yet. It needs to be set up, dude. It's not in good shape in terms of the setup. The body and all that, everything's fine on it, but I haven't changed strings on it in so long. I couldn't even tell you. I'm sure those will give you tetanus, so I need to I need to get them changed, and I have to take them to somebody because I don't do Floyd Rose. I don't do those. But then after that, yeah, absolutely, Well, come on down. Everybody's invited, Everybody's invited to hang out. Everybody is invited. How many people are watching right now? 15? 15 of you, huh? But only like 4 of you are talking? I'll pull a Trump here. These weird people, they don't talk. They just sit there. They just watch, They're not, they don't turn the cameras, They just sit there. They just watch, Omegle, yeah, and like run into like a 40-year-old fat man, like half naked. Isn't that what that is? Where it's like random or whatever, but Kirk reads, let's see. I just like Mustaine's just cool in particular. Like, he's just a cool guy. He's just unique, Hammett's just kind of, weak. He's just weak. I mean, not that I have the upper body strength of a 5th grader, so I'm not exactly, I'm not trying to throw shade, as they say. I'm just saying that, if I wanted to listen to somebody, I don't know. So, just throwing it out there, but. Well, I'll have to find you a picture. I don't even know if I have a picture of me playing it. I don't even know if I have a picture of it. I think I might. I'll have to look and see, but, about 40 minutes in, the blues song that I played. Well, I played over all backing tracks. They're all just tracks off of Google, or Google. They're all tracks off of YouTube that I've saved over time. Some of those were newer that I've never played over before, and I like to do that because I like to, I like to test the waters and throw myself into a situation where, like, I just go on stage and somebody's like, "All right, here's the chords," and I don't know I don't know really the structure or anything like that. So I like to do that for fun. That's mostly what I did tonight. So that's why there was a lot of boo-boos. But Google Hangouts, well, yeah, if we can get the timing right, I would be cool with that. That would definitely be fun. I'd be interested in that. I see what you did there, Matthew. I see what you did there. The gaming side, I think I already tried that, and it didn't work out. Didn't work out that well. So I'm not going to make money on here. Y'all know that. It's nobody's making money. We're certainly not as a company. We really do rely on you guys. Not to put the company into it, but we're struggling here, but we're hanging on. That's what we do. Let me see if I can find you a picture of it. I'll try real quick. I can't guarantee I'm going to find it, but I'll try real quick and see if I can. Almost found you one that had the Vi type inlay work. Yeah, really, we'd all like to have one of those, wouldn't we? So, let's see. How long have I been playing, practicing? I don't know. I was a bass player first. I started bass pretty early. I actually went back and thought about it. I've been telling people like 10 years, but it's it's longer than that. It's like 12 or 13 years that I've been a musician. I think when my Uncle Jack passed in 2004, and I just started noodling with the bass, but I wasn't serious about it yet. And so it was 16. I was 16. So it's been 13 years. Yeah, I just turned 29 last week. Yay. So 13 years as a bassist, as a musician, really. I don't like to call myself just a guitarist or whatever. So 13 years as a musician. But I've always been in, music, It's in the family. It's in the family. I'm trying to find that picture of that guitar real quick. It's going to be, I can find like the body, but, I want to find at least what it looks like. It's kind of hard to find it for some reason. I think it's the Ibanez Z series is what it was. Wanda, I think I just answered your question a second ago. I don't know. I couldn't tell you because 40 minutes ago I was playing guitar, and it's hard for me to check the live stream. It could have been the only song that I actually played was probably I played a blues backing track of oh geez, what's it called? The B.B. King tune. Thrill Is Gone. Can't think of anything tonight. Yes, I play everything, unless otherwise noted. Like on this album, there will be a couple of instruments, but I sequence the drums, I play the bass, the guitar, all the guitars, all of the keys work, and I put samples and stuff in before if I've had to, but it's usually very low-key. Actually, I don't think I've ever released anything that has samples in it, so I'm going to say no, that I have not done that. But I will be on this one. I will be, so. Yeah, it's Thrill Is Gone is one of those blues staples that, everybody knows. What the heck? H.R. Geiger signatures? What the hell does that mean? Sorry. That doesn't even make sense. No, leave me alone. That's a 7 though, isn't it? Okay, so this is Fathoms. This is a picture of it. No, this is not a picture of it. Let me rephrase that. This is this is the same body style, and it looks very similar, but this looks like a 7. It's hard to tell because the picture's like 2009 or like 2007, like internet-ish, but you'll see what I mean. So, let's see. What do you want? Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it, Wanda. Thank you. Well, I feel like I don't feel like I always put into it what I should. Otherwise, I'd have like 8 albums out, supposedly. I can't say that for sure. I guess for me, if I'm going to put something out, especially because there's people that actually listen to it, it needs to be what it's supposed to be, and that's important. So I put a lot of pressure on myself. It's very stressful to do it. So when I put something out, I want to make sure that it's actually right, and that's not always easy to do. It's actually really hard to do. I'm just speaking in like simple, stupid stuff, but I don't know how else to word it other than yes, it's a 6-string Fathoms. Yes, not a 7. It's a 6, and it has I think it's got like an Ibanez Edge Floyd on it, so it's just a standard, whatever. The pickups are really good. I mean, it's a great sounding guitar. I did the Star Spangled Banner with that guitar, so you can kind of judge the tone of that from there. The whammy the Floyd's not even set up, and I did only just a little bit of it on that Star Spangled Banner, but it came out really nice. A lot of people think that's the Strat, but that's actually the bridge blend with the. Oh, and yeah, I should point out it has a single coil in the middle. It's not a 2 humbucker; it's a single coil in the middle, and it's a 5-way. So I had the second position from the bridge, up, and played the Star Spangled Banner, and it was a really good guitar for that. I'm trying to think. I want to say that in American Dreamer, it's like so weird that I can't remember really, but it may have been the rhythm guitar for it. I don't know. Oh, Robert Randolph, huh? Well, that's awful nice of you to say that. That guy makes me wish that I had 1/10 of his ability with the steel guitar. I tried one, and it's just not going to happen. Yeah, he's a great player. I appreciate that. I would like to do some more traditional. Blues stuff. I'd like to be able to kind of step out and play slide a little bit. I have a telly that's specifically made for slide, set up for it and everything, but it's not here, and it costs money to ship stuff. But eventually I will. Oh, I don't know, Fathoms. I'll work on it. I'll talk to some people and see what I can do. I know that I'm sure I can get it soon enough by the end of the month, maybe. I need to take some pictures, whatever, I've got a case for it. I've got the case for it, actually. Let's see. I think I have it over here. I think this is the case. Don't give me. Yeah, this has got to be it. This one doesn't fit my other one, but this is the case. It's in a little bit of. No, actually, this one's in pretty good shape. It's just got a couple little dings on it, whatever. I've got a what the hell, Motor? It's a company that makes my lo-fi pedal. And here's the inside of the case. Actually, the inside's in really good shape. I don't have anything in here except for the keys and a business card to my chiropractor, who's not my chiropractor anymore because I don't live up north. So, yeah. Anyways, that's the case. So there you go. Good stuff. Nah. Oh, practicing with the slide is fun, isn't it? Well, I guess since we're kind of talking, I'll demonstrate a little bit, like, I'm in the mood to talk. You got me talking now, so. So this is kind of the thing that I was working on for a long time, because if you've ever listened to Jeff Beck play, Beck has this real particular style, which is an understatement to say the least. It doesn't sound very loud, but crank it up a bit. So it really just came from like, yeah, Josh, send it to me. You know how to contact me. Send it. So it's like, you feel like when you first kind of start messing with the, see. Well, Fathoms, that's awful nice of you. I would really appreciate that. I'll get you some pictures when I get it. I'll definitely hook you up for sure. Matter of fact, Fathoms, do you have my email? If you do, drop me an email. I can't remember if you have or not. So, so it started with like when I started learning to play slide, I picked up a couple of things like. I don't have my slide. Yeah, I do. There's no way I'm going to be able to make it work with this because the action is so low, but... So a simple lick like that, which is just... So I had to figure out how to make that work with the whammy bar, and I would watch Beck do it, and it just makes sense. So it's like, it's just a matter of how you manipulate the bar. And I just love it because it, I use the fingers too because it's, I already do that anyways, because I use kind of the hybrid style of playing anyways. So like when I play with a pick, there's just something, you get that meaty tone with your fingers that you don't get with the pick, I don't know, I can't help it. Sometimes that pick has a little bit too much harshness, so if you make a nice blend with it in the whammy bar, but like, so it took stuff like that, and it's like, you just don't want to sound too comical with it, so like, I used to sit and just do that all day, just practicing that kind of stuff. And I'd practice things like, first I would do half steps and getting the pitch right, And then if I could, I'm gonna break a string doing this. I know I'm gonna hate it. But I used to practice going up half step, and then a whole step. I'm so scared to break it. As foolish as it sounds, I don't have a budget that really allows me to just break strings at will, so. So that's kind of where like that particular thing came from, And as crazy as it sounds, it's like my dad tells me, he always said that Beck and Van Halen were like the two players that, they could, can you hear that by the way? Yeah, it looks like you can. Beck and Van Halen are like the two players that can play themselves into a corner and then somehow get out of it, so they can just play inane nonsense and somehow make it sound golden, So like I try and practice that sometimes with the blues playing. You kind of, like if you're just playing something like, if you're just, I messed up there at the end, but you know what I mean. There's just something about catching the. There's something about catching the notes with the bar, you know. What? I never said I was fantastic at it or anything, but oh, I have that album. To be honest, it's you know, I'm not a big like Roger Waters guy, but it is a good album. I mean, if Beck plays on it, it's gonna be great. Beck's like my guy. Look, if you haven't noticed already, there he is right there. He's decoupaged on there. My dad has one that's Stevie Ray. That's Stevie, and this is Jeffrey. So Jeff is also my dad's favorite player too. So yeah, you know, I don't mean it to sound just like him, obviously, but you know, a lot of that stuff is gonna pick up. But some of the outside playing, that comes from like playing, you know, listening to Scott Henderson and stuff, and Firkins, you know, I think, like I said, he's a little bit more into what I'm trying to get at sometimes. You pick things up. One of my favorite quotes of all time is Guthrie Govan, who said, you know, if you take from one person, it's stealing. If you take from multiple, it's research. I just think that's a great quote because it really makes sense. That's what we do, you know. Yeah, it's oh, that pickup is loud though. It's a little bit too much. A little too much juice on there. It's like there was a lick on his 2007 album, and I wondered forever how he got it. And then I was working on trying to get my tone. And I just remember I was saying something as simple as that. If you can just, you know, you don't let the notes, you don't leave these resonating. It just sounds great, and especially if I use my better reverb. This is the one I like here. One more time. There we go. I just love that. It sounds so cool. Oh yeah, that's a great solo. That's a great one. All the stuff he guests on, like, it's hard to not like it because it's, you know, you're just like, who is this guy? You know, he can make, what was it, Martina McBride? He played on something of hers a few years ago. It was really good. She's cool anyways, but it was really good. Who else has he played with? You know, he did work with Joss Stone that was really good. Oh geez, he worked with rappers, like two of them that are really good. And yes, I like Bonamassa. I'm not like a super fan, but I do like him. I really like his Les Paul tone, and I'm not a big Les Paul guy, but if I had a Les Paul, it would be like a mixture between what he sounds like and like maybe Beck from, you know, like Blow by Blow, or oh geez, another good Les Paul player that I like too that I can't really think of the name. Oh, my chiropractor likes him a lot. There's no way I can think of it. Good player though. Oh jeez, he's like, is it Roy Gallagher? Is he still alive? I bet I'm getting that wrong. I'm pretty sure Gallagher's dead. I'm a doofus with this stuff. No, no, he's gonna be dead. Yeah, of course. It's just there's a guy that sounds like him that plays one or whatever, but yeah. Anyways. One of the things that I kind of agree about Eddie. You know, I think Eddie's a fantastic player. I mean, he literally reinvented rock music. The problem is that I agree. I just hear a lot of nonsensory sometimes, or nonsensical stuff that I just don't feel the soul in it. But it's okay. You know, it's okay. There's an application for it. You know, it fits what it is, which is, you know, that's half the battle, really. But I think the thing about him is that there's just, I don't know. I guess I just hear eruption and things too much in my head, and you know, just it's like, you know, and it's just like, you know, whatever. It's just like, yeah, it gets frustrating after a while. Les Claypool is he was my first big bass influence. I'm a huge Primus fan, huge, and I like his solo stuff a lot. So yes, Les all the way. One of my favorites. He's not one of my favorite people, but that's okay. Most musicians are stupid up here. They really are. You know, they can't help it. They're so absorbed in themselves, you know. They can't help it. Hold on, I'm foolishly, if you can see here, I'm tightening my whammy bar. I have to tighten it. There's a screw right here in the bridge. You can't see it probably, but I have to tighten it to where the bar doesn't flail around too much. Some fancy modifications here so that it actually works, you know. That way I can do my flourishes. So that I can, you know, do the Vi thing. Let's see. It's going to sound not right. I haven't done it in a while, but I used to sit and, like, I wanted to know what it was like to have at least, like, somewhat of control of the whammy bar, you know? And so the first thing I did was I tried to learn Where Were You by Jeff Beck, and that's one of the hardest. I can play it, but I'm not going to try it now. But my dad and I have done a version of, like, his version of Somewhere Over the Rainbow. I'm going to see if I can kind of do it real quick. I mean, it's not going to work without the music, so just pardon that, but you can get an idea of what I'm going for. So that's like, I think he mods up to D too. Ugh, I butchered that. Hold on. Ha! I have to hit the notes. There it is. I can't remember the rest. Ah. Ah. Something like that. Like I said, it's been a long time. I'll try it one more time. Now that I kind of just figured it out. Yeah, that's it's been a long time since I messed with that. But John the Fisherman. Yeah, what's that? Let's see. Let's see. It's been so long. Yeah, I don't even want to. I'm not even gonna try that. So. This feels so much better when this bar is actually set up. Oh my god. This bar actually sounds pretty good. Or this guitar actually sounds pretty good when it's heavy. I don't know, it's, you know, I'm not, it's weird, I go back and forth on the single humbucker thing, I really do, but, I would love to sound like Gilmore, I'll tell you, that would be great. My favorite Pink Floyd tune is, I Remember the Outro. Yeah, it's On the Turning Away. Funny, the first time I heard it was, I actually heard my dad's band play it. They used to do a version of that old folk song, Oh Shenandoah, and they did it with the music to it, and they just changed the lyrics. And it sounded so cool, it was so neat. I'd love to have a recording, but they haven't done that in like years. And of course, Dad's retired, so. So yeah, you know. Oh, I hit it. I can't remember what album Turning Away is on. 80s album, I know that. I can't remember which one. Unfortunately, I'm not a expert on Floyd like I should be. My favorite off of Dark Side is Time. That was always my favorite. It's got such cool chords. There's one really neat chord in there. It is Time, right? I want to make sure. I feel like Steve when I do that. Let me make sure here, folks. No, not Time. Us and Them. That's what it is. Sorry. Yeah, I knew I was wrong. Yeah. There's that weird dissonant chord in there is really cool. Yeah, it's a cool song. I was gonna do a version of that at one time where it was just it was me like doing the vocal parts and the, you know, it was like be like this, you know, and thought it would be kind of cool. Momentary lapse. One of these days, yes, I do know that one, and I think Echoes. I know the titles. I mean, if I listened to them, I'd probably remember. Yep. And now, let's see. And after all, we're only ordinary men. Yeah, it's good. It's a good song. Alright folks, I think I might wrap it up here in a second. How about my fake Leslie sound? trying to sound like Schofield a little, you know. He always does the thing off the neck there. I just love that sound though, that's so cool. And of course the most useless sound in the arsenal. So that I can play all the classic video game themes that I want with this, you know. Oh God. It is cool too. I mean, it's a nice sound though, you know. That's a little harsh on the ears there. I love that. It sounds neat, you know. Oh, that's actually kind of neat sounding. See, go down to that B. That's a G. Holy. It's a good thing I'm on a 7-string because I could never get away with doing that in a recording. I was messing with stuff on the whammy the other day. Like I was trying to make like some kind of like do the electronica thing or something, but do some kind of like you know. You know, do like you know, some of those guys try to do something like that. Alright, I think I'm going to wrap it up now because it's 1 o'clock and it's 1 o'clock. I've been on far longer than I should. I think my dog wants to spend time with me. So, I'm probably going to spend time with Layla for a little while. I usually don't get that sound. So that makes me feel happy. That's me laughing, you know. It would have been better if I could hit the harmonic with it, you know, so I could, you know. Oh, of course, you know. I mean, it's way too fast, but, you know. Oh, there's a ton of Rage songs. Now you're gonna make me, you know. I could pull out the Ibanez and do the Bulls on Parade solo, but I don't want to do that, you know. There's that. Yeah, there's a ton of them. I could go forever on the rage stuff. I was actually thinking about it's not the first one. Nobody like ever talks about it, but yeah, anyway, that's a good tune. That's Fistful of Steel, I think. But yeah, there's a ton of great ones. And of course, you know, I'm not gonna play that one. Killing in the Name is so. All right. Well, I think we're done here, folks. I think we're done. You can tell I don't care anymore. Thanks for sticking around. Much appreciated. Good peeps, good peeps. Thanks for listening to me babble. Who's even still here? Like, seriously, who's still here right now? Listening to this. 12? 12 of you? That's insane. 12 of you. Wow. All right. Y'all take care, and we'll catch